Bishop of our soul, shepherd of our soul, savior of our soul, lover of our soul. We are on the Lord's side. We will never give up. We are overcomers, for the Lord God is on our side. We are on the Lord's side. We will never give up. We are overcomers, for the Lord God is on our side.
Father, we thank you for this wonderful opportunity you have granted unto us again to come together and hear your word. Father, all of us this morning that we are gathered unto you, not unto any man, not unto any woman. Father, please speak your word this morning unto our ear. That word, Lord, that we chastise, oh Lord, that we, oh Father, edify our spirit, soul, and body, that the end your name will be glorified and magnified. Father, this morning I empty myself, Lord, my feeling. Father, speak through me, Lord, as your morning at the end, all of your children shall be transformed, oh Lord, and be blessed, and I be blessed. Father, oh Lord, we come against every spirit of distraction, every spirit of slumberness, oh Lord, Father, we cast them away this morning out of the service. Father, we ask, Lord, Papa, that you send forth your fire, oh Lord, of understanding, oh Lord, to every heart this morning, at the end, oh Lord, your name alone be glorified and magnified. Abba, Father, we thank you, worship Lord. Each and day, oh Lord, we say, be that glorified and magnified, for in Jesus Christ's mighty name we have prayed with thanksgiving. Beloved brethren, once again this morning, I welcome before the throne of Almighty God, whose grace and mercy, as you know, to this wonderful new day, the day we have never seen before. And this morning we have a short word of exhortation, which is titled, "Set your priority right as Christian before the Heavenly Father." Amen. Set your priority right as Christian before the Almighty God. Amen.
Amen.
In the book of Joshua 24, I read verse 15, Joshua 24, verse 15, which says, it said, "And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you these days, you will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
But then, in spite of all us, Joshua, as a man of God, God has instructed him from the very beginning. But yeah, and he never deviated. His priority, his ultimate priority as a man of God, as a son of Most High God, was to serve God in fullness of, with the fullness of heart, without missing word. His priority was to obey the voice and the commandment of God. Also, today we have so many people that have the same commission that God commissioned into his, vineyard to work for him, to do his will, but on getting there, they turn into another thing entirely and forget about the God that they meant from their beginning. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
is is very it's a thing that one need to put in place or to look into in every area of life whatsoever you are doing, because whatever you set as most paramount in your heart matters a lot in everything you are doing. But the word of God is always there to to make things right or to let us know who or what to do at all given time. But in the book of Matthew chapter 6 verse 3 also indicate here that said, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. God has a priority for the kingdom seeking children of God. The priority of God towards mankind is for us to seek him first, to seek his kingdom first. And once that is done, whatsoever you like or whatsoever you are looking for, God knows what your heart needs and know how to meet you at the point of need. Praise the Lord. So
Hallelujah.
foremost is for us to make our priority right before him. And by English definition of priority, praise the Lord, priority is
Hallelujah.
part or condition being regarded or treated as more important than the other. So what is that thing that you put most high in your heart apart from the will of God in your life? Is what you hold on to, is what your heart beat towards, what you think about every now and then becomes the most priority list in your heart. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
If we read the book of Ruth chapter 1, verse 15 and 16, we see how Ruth dedicated herself to her mother-in-law in spite of the fact that the husband was dead and the situation appeared hopeless, but she placed her priority before the mother-in-law, that come what may, I will not leave you, I will follow you. And God was watching her. God watched from heaven what we set as our priority list. And is it pleasing unto God that which you make as priority in your life as a Christian? Today, we have seen the desire of people going to church today is to seek after miracle and after prophecy, after things which will still wipe away, but the word of God which will ever remain, which will ever, even if God judgment come today, the word of God remain unchanged. But people forsook that and try to follow after miracle, after signs and wonder, and which will not lead them to the kingdom of heaven. But God has already told us in that book of Matthew 6 verse 3 that we should seek his kingdom as our number one priority, that will make us to come to him again on the last day. But rather, we human beings today, we have decided to choose our own way, which is perishable before God, which some of us today, we go to churches. Some go there to go and look at the latest attire, to know how to design the clothes you want to wear next. Some go there to go and look for contract and some other things, and some go there to to act as service before the man of God, so that his or her presence will be recognized in the church. And some go there to gossip and to poke nose into things which does not matter to them. And only the few, only very handful today are really committed towards the work of God. Let's read the book of Ruth chapter 1, I read 15. Verse 15, he said, and she said, behold, thy mis I read again, Ruth chapter 1, verse 15. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people, and unto the gods return thou after thy sister in-law. I mean, the sister-in-law. 16. As Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. Praise the Lord. For
Hallelujah.
thou goest, I will go, and whither thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
One priority. Your God will be my God, and your people my people. And God, had it. And at the end, Ruth was blessed. And her sister-in-law was never heard of again. What happened to her? How she lived her life? Her story, ended there and then. So also today, as Christian, would you want your stories to end here on earth? Would you want, everything about you to end here on the planet Earth without making it up to God in rapture on that last day? Then your, the reason of your going to church or of your professing you are a Christian is all defeated because of your priority list. If your priority is not to make heaven on the last day, then your priority, you better, this morning, set your priority right before God. Because he has told us in the book of Matthew 6, verse 3, that we should seek his kingdom first, in spite of all condition or situation whatsoever that is, happening around us. But the kingdom of God we have to set first as our number one priority. Today we have seen, so many bishops, so many big time, titled men of God. After they have, eaten and drinking and visited almost all the head of state in the world, eat and dine with them, and then they come back with silver, with gold, with all stuff, material things. But at the end, God will tell them, I don't know you. Because their priority was to popularize their name, to make themselves, known by kings and queens. But the main thing for them to do has been put aside. Praise Master Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
But then, if we read the account of our beloved prophet of God, Elijah, in the book of 1 Kings chapter 18, 1 Kings 18, 21, I read in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. 21, he said, and Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long has it between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then Elijah is as good as saying, no, we will not follow God. We will follow, the God of Baal. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So, but the man of God speaking had already, made up his mind that no matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, I will serve God unto the end. Praise Master Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
I'm sorry for that break of transmission. My network went off. I'm sorry about that. So, brethren, the reason of our going to church, of saying we are Christians, should be, made known before God. It's no use, coming to sing hallelujah, hallelujah, Hosanna. At the end of the day, the reason of your coming to church is to end up in hellfire. No. The wish of God for us all is for every soul to come to his kingdom at last on the last day. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
But we now, as human beings, as the man of God will say, said, we have the right to choose for ourselves what is to befall us at the end of our journey. As a student or as a business man or woman, the number one priority of you setting up your business empire is to maximize profit at the end of the day. I hope I'm right. And as student, if you are if you are a student and you go to school, your priority is to come out as the very best, either as a first class holder or some class holder, as the case may be. But so also some go there to go and watch around the four corners of the campuses, and at the end being recruited from their schools. So also, as a businessman who always sit down in the morning and watch weather and sleep off, the business is also bound to collapse in no distant time. And as Christians who goes to church to go and gossip, to go and bring down the work of God, or to do one half of the other, or to lead your pastor away from following the will of God, then also devil is waiting for you at the entrance gate. Praise the Lord. But then
Hallelujah.
Christians, we have our own opinion to decide whom to follow or what to choose as our number one priority. Please turn me to the book of Psalm chapter 101. I read verse 2. Psalm 101 verse 2. I read just my name. Verse 2 said, I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. Oh, when wilt thou come unto me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. I will behave myself. Brethren, the number one thing as Christian priority, as a Christian man, is for us to behave ourselves, conduct ourselves in such a manner that the Holy Spirit will be, we always direct our ways, and God will always be there, to see us through every situation or circumstances, and heaven will rejoice, over our answers to issues, to circumstances, and to the way we relate to one another. Priority number one, as a Christian, Christians are supposed to be the light of the world, the people that will be able to direct your character, your attitude, or whatsoever you do must be able to reflect, the heavenly pattern of life that will bring joy to the kingdom of heaven. But today, as Christians, our number one priority is to gallivant everywhere, and okay, Apostle Manuel, he doesn't prophesy about me. Let me go to another church. If the man there does not say anything about you, okay, you move away, you get to another church. That is the number one priority of so many Christians today. And that's why when something goes wrong, you see they fly away as birds. They'll tell you bye-bye because they are not disciples, but multitude. Multitude don't have priority list. Their priority is to eat bread, drink water, and eat bread and fishes and go. Why disciples, they are to sit down to plan about the kingdom work of God. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
If we turn into the book of John chapter 6, I read verses 67 to 68. John chapter 6, I read 67. 67. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
67. It said, I read in your mighty name. Said,
Amen.
they said unto the, unto the 12, will ye also go away? Christ is asking after the 70, the 70 disciples have gone away now. Their priority was, oh, this man, the word of this man is too hard. Let's go our own way and find other master to subpaddle, his way towards us. Why the ones who priority list, number one priority was to make heaven, stood with him. 68 said, then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the word of life. The word of life must be our number one priority if we want to make heaven. No matter how hard it is, no matter how difficult it is, but if we make the word of God our number one priority, then heaven is sure, for us.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
But then priority matters a lot in the race we are on today. So also the apostle, the testimony of the apostle of old was also, we have read where people head were being cut off, how they were being treated, how many times Apostle Paul was flogged because of the word of God, making us to know that it was not also an easy task for them when they were here on planet Earth. But in spite of all the circumstances and difficulties they faced, but their number one priority was, heaven is my goal. I will not go back. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
But today, some people here are itching not to hear the word of God, but to go to churches and dance, all sort of worldly dance. Today, church now, the church now manufacture dancing step today. They tell you the latest dancing step that is not of glory to God. Today, we see so many, unmentionable things happening in the house of God, because priority number one is to go there and pollute the altar of God. But on the last day, God is waiting for every one of us in his kingdom. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
So then, please come with me to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12. I will read verses 1 and 2. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. The one priority. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth. Serve God with all your strength. No matter who you are. That should be our number one priority. When the evil days come not, nor the years draw near, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Praise the Lord. Verse 2.
Hallelujah.
Why the sun or the light or the moon or the star be not darkened, nor the cloud return after the rain. Priority number one. If we say we are serving God, we should make the kingdom of heaven as our priority. If not, our coming to God or our profession as Christians is already defeated. That is why today the children of this world, they are very, very intelligent, because they know what they want and they know how to get it. They know how to manipulate their way. They know how to go about everything they want. But with that one, bring them before the throne of God on the last day. That should be our number one priority. The question to ask as number one priority in life. Praise Master Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
If our coming to church is to come and dance, come and show our latest, wares, and then at the end of the hellfire, there's no need at all leaving our houses to to come to church. You better stay. There's no need. If the reason of your go to school is to be respected at the end of the day, and you are able to graduate, and then all the money, all the effort your father had put in place to train you up as a child is to waste his resources, then you better stay at home. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Today, as Christians, we should be able to determine whom to serve this day. Please turn with me to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 22. I read in Jesus' mighty name. Say,
Amen.
flee also useful lust, but follow righteousness. Our number one priority as Christians is to follow righteousness, because without holiness and righteousness, no one can see the Lord. Praise Master Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
Flee also useful lust, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. Without this criteria, it is going very difficult on that last day. And I pray that God Almighty will see everyone of us through in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Amen. But there's one, Apostle Paul always know what he desire. He always know, what he want at every time. He always know what he need to do to be able, instead of his preaching and everything, but he had one thing in mind. In the book of Philippians chapter 3, verses 10, I read verses 10 to 16, verse 10, said, that I may know him, all the world, in spite of all the encounter he had with Christ, the revelations he had with Christ, but he still pressed forward because he knows that revelation will come and go. Encounter without being able to hold on to it will not be able to see you to heaven last day if you forsook the encounter you have with Christ. He said, that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his suffering, being made conformable unto his death. It was this God, Jesus Christ, was talking to him, on daily basis or on practical basis, but he still want to know him the more, so that on the last day, he's been an apostle of Christ will not lead to hell, as the other 70 apostles that fashion away to hell. Praise the Lord. So
Hallelujah.
God can speak to you, yes. God can can instruct you, yes. But if at the end of the day, the word of God has spoken to you, and the instruction God has given you, you did not hold it rightly to your heart, then on that last day you still be called a worker of iniquity. Except, as Apostle Paul said here, that he will follow him. He want to know him the more. The more Christ speak to him, the more he want to know him. The more he want to, he want to get closer to him every day. Verse 11. If by any means I might, attain unto the resurrection of the dead. His priority number one list was, yes, I've saw him, he has spoken to me, I met with him, but I still want to go and live with him, in eternity on the last day. That was number one priority. But today, people God called and ordained and give them everything that is needed for their ministerial work, have turned the same opportunity today to fight against the God that called them. The number one priority list is to fly jets to any part of the world, to go to any head of state and pull their hat, to go to any community and do what they want to do. All they after is bring the money and then we go away. That is the priority list today of some men of God. And I pray that God Almighty will help us all in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
But then verse 12 said, not as though I had already attained either we're already perfect. You know, a man of God that God always, that only had an encounter with God. God speak to him, God direct him, but he was still not, he still not, rested. He was still pressing more. He still want to know more. He was still going further and further and further. His aim is to make heaven his goal on the last day, which was number one priority. And yes, God helped him. Today is in heaven. So today, what is your priority? What is my priority as Christians? But because of time this morning, if we read the account of our beloved sister Mary and Martha, we see, what transpired between both of them. One was, running after, the worldly things, while the other one priority was to hear the word of counsel, the word of education from the mouth of God. So this morning, what is your priority as Christian? What have brought you to the presence of God as a child of God? Is it to meet with him on the last day and rest in his bosom, or to be cast away on the last day? I pray that God Almighty will help you, will help me, that on that last day, not so on this mountain will be a castaway in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
I pray because of time this morning, we'll get to can read Ephesians chapter 1, verses 19 to 21. Ephesians 1, 19 to 21, because of time this morning. And I pray that God Almighty will grant us the understanding of his word in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
I pray this is the word of God for you and for me this morning. And I pray that God Almighty, who has called us into his vineyard, will help us, that on that last day, those souls on this mountain will be a castaway in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
And please let us, take 1 or 2 prayer points this morning before, hand over to the man of God. This morning, this morning, I want us to pray and ask for mercy in whatever way we have, put anything as a priority list outside the word of God, outside obeying the voice of the Most High God, that God should please have mercy upon this morning, purify our heart, wash up your blood, and make his word, make his kingdom, to be number one priority in our life as we seek after him this morning in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Amen.
Father, Lord, in the name of Jesus Christ, my God, Lord Jesus, I plead for mercy, Lord. In
Father,
any way after you that you realize that in any way I do not follow in the mighty name of Jesus. Lord, my Father, Lord Jesus, oh God, Lord, I pray, oh God, worship you,
Lord Jesus,
your priority in my life in the
I
mighty name of Jesus. Ask God, my Father, may you, oh God, that life in that
Apple
purpose,
has the
and
word
the Papa, the mighty name of Jesus, oh God,
glory.
ask Father, release by your grace and mercy that they let your will in our lives in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, let you God take priority in our lives in the name of Jesus Christ. My Father, Lord Jesus, oh Father, my Father, Lord, our lives
after
in
your
understanding
when
Christ.
the
Your
graduate
word to
only
be your word, Papa, to be your word to be in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. King of kings, King of glory, my Lord,
because the Lord go to the Father speak for in Jesus Christ mighty name we have prayer for mercy.
Amen.
Amen.
Brethren, we're going to pray according to the word of God in that Philippians chapter 3, verse 10 downward, that God should please grant us the grace to always seek after him, to always, follow his word and obey his, grant us the grace to hearken unto the command of his voice at the end of the day, that we all will make it unto heaven in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen. Father, in the name of
In the
Jesus,
mighty name of Jesus, my Father, my God,
Please, in your mercy, give me the grace to go to always
help me. I
follow
mean,
you
Lord
and
Jesus,
your
Lord
word
God,
to
help me, mighty God, give me the grace, my Father, Lord
making into your
Jesus, to admit my
will.
way,
Help
Father.
us
No matter
Admit
how
my way, O
help
Lord
us,
Jesus,
oh God,
at the
Father,
end, O
Lord
God,
Jesus, to
of the
always
of
have
the
fellowship
everlasting
with
way,
your
Lord
word, oh
Jesus,
God.
help me, mighty God.
Lord Jesus,
Papa,
give
it
us
is
mercy.
you have the
That give us
priority
that
that
grace.
pleased you,
Give us that
Lord.
grace that we
Father, not my
need,
own
Lord. In
priority,
the
Lord
name of
Jesus.
Jesus,
Take
we
glory,
pray, oh God,
Papa.
so that on that very
Help me,
last
Lord
day,
Jesus, Lord Jesus,
we
to put
all,
you
Father,
first
Lord
in
Jesus,
anything,
shall
oh
be
God. In
rejoiced
Jesus' mighty
all
name,
the days of
mighty God,
Jesus.
mighty
Father,
Redeemer.
I pray,
as
oh
you pray
God,
unto Apostle Paul, even on Apostle Paul, Father, Lord, grant unto us this morning. At the end, those on this mountain will be a plus one here for in Jesus Christ's mighty name we have prayed.
Amen.
Amen.
Brethren, praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
God bless you, Most High God, Almighty God, keep you strong and keep you, holy unto the end of the mighty name.
Amen.
Amen.
Brother, are you here this morning? And you have not yet given your life to Christ? The word of God has come before this morning. Your priority in life is to follow the word of God, follow the obedience of God, of the command of God, that on that last day, you will not regret, as I know. If you are this morning, I want to give life to Christ. Please repeat these few words of question after me this morning. Lord Jesus, having had the word this morning, Daddy, I now know that the number one priority in my life is to follow your commandment and hearken diligently to your statutes and commandment. Please have mercy upon me. In any way I have defaulted and deviated from your word. Please, Lord, have mercy upon me, deliver me, and let my name be wiped away from the book of death and be written in the Lamb book of life. That on that last day, I will not be condemned along with the world. Have mercy upon my soul, as I said this morning, as my Lord and personal Savior, in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Our brethren, having made that confession this morning, we all of this mountain rejoice with you, and the whole angel in heaven, they are singing and dancing for this wonderful ride show I take this morning, and I pray with you. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, that they behold your sons and daughters, Lord, your children that have renounced their evil way this morning and come unto you to accept you as the Lord and personal Savior. Father, please, Lord, let their name be wiped away from the book of death and written in the book of life, because your word said, cannot come for the righteous, but for the sinners unto repentance. Father, O Lord, Daddy, we thank you for accepting us this morning as your children whom you have shared your blood for at the cross of Calvary. Father, we thank you, worship Lord. All glory, all honor, because your name, because that on the last day, they shall not be condemned with the world anymore, in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Praise Master Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Our brethren, this is how far can go this morning because of time. And I pray that God Almighty will help us all and grant all the grace to hearken unto his commandment unto the end in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
What is the most I go close and Houston? Please, I'm sorry for the time.
Amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Children of the Most High God, praise Master Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
Servant of the Most High God, may God continue to bless you, empower
Amen.
you,
Amen.
More
Praise the Lord.
wisdom, more of Him in your life in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Amen. Brethren, it is offering time.
Blessing time.
Father, to you, abundant glory, to you, ancient of days, Father and Bishop of our soul, to you alone. Glory, Lord, and adoration, Amen.
Amen.
Our beloved sister, Sister Magdalene Chilanda, stand for our monthly angelic declaration. And our beloved sister, Sister Imande, stand for our closing prayers. God bless you in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Amen.
We want to welcome the newcomers in our midst. Please, because of time, I will give our website for more information or any other information that you need in this ministry. Just log in our website for further information and contact information about us. And the website is www.msrpm.org. I repeat, www.msrpm.org. There you can find all the relevant information and contact information you need about this ministry. And as you do so, the Lord God Almighty will strengthen you, empower you in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
And as a newcomer in our midst, you can also wait behind to see any of the available men of God after closing. May God bless you. You are in the right place in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Brethren, all other information still remains the same. Our next meeting will be Holy Ghost hour tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central European Time. May God be with us all in Jesus Christ's mighty name.
Amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Read every day this is your prayer for me. As we take our mind and your declaration. We declare
Bishop of a soul, shepherd of a soul.